Well, guys, I'm gonna cut a piece of bonsai here. This is what I call field bonsai, and I'm gonna get down here and show it to you. This is a little pine that I've been working with for about probably 2 years, and it's getting some thickness on it. And I think I'm gonna put it in a little bigger planter. I'm not gonna put it in a small container, but I'm gonna dig it up, circle about around where these leaves come out, and see what I've got. And I may take some roots off of it, and I got an old bucket to carry it back in. So just want to show you this. This is what I call field bonsai, and this will make a pretty plant. And I'll be taking some of these places out where it's coming out again to keep it stunned. And so this is where we're at. Let's see what this is. I don't know how hard this ground is here. Probably harder than I want it to be. Yeah, there's a lot of white flints down in there. I can already feel them. So I don't know if this will be good or not, but we're going to try it. Everybody loves white flints. It's amazing how this little tree growed by the building. And I will give updates on this down the road. And it may probably take some of the tap roof off, I don't know. You can lose a little and it won't hurt nothing. This is in the first part of March. The tap root's down in the ground. I promise you. But the dirt down here is black. It's starting to break loose. You can't be scared to try this. Okay, I got it. And I don't know. I don't need all of that on there. Something to knock some of the stuff off with. But I'm going to leave some of the dirt that this growed in on. But I'm going to take some of this off too, so it won't be so hard to carry. But the taproot, I don't think I hurt it. It's got worms in the dirt, that's good. I always heard if you got worms, look, check that fishing worm out right there. He's a nice one. Put him back down in the ground there, so he can mate. Got some green moss there. I like putting some moss around my plants, and I'll be doing that before too long too. There's another fishing worm. All right, let me pick this up. Knock some of this off. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. There's your roots. Hey, taproot looks good on this piece, and that's good for me. I could put this in a smaller container, and I may just do that when I get back to where I'm going here. And let me fill my hole back up. It'll settle down there if it rains a little bit. So, you see what I got. Got the taproot and everything on it. Get that grass out of there. So I think this will be a good specimen here. This is a pine. Smells good. It's got a few brown needles on it, but we know they lose those. And we're going to plant that thing in a planter. We'll let you know how that does, but it's got some good base already growing on it. And we're going to take that back. Okay, I'm going to use this container here to put this in because it's tall enough. I'm going to set it up in here like this, and this thing should start looking good in about 2 months. Have some new sprouts coming out on it, so I'm going to add some dirt in here because the roots are just about right. I did take a little bit off, but don't need much. And I've got some loose dirt here. I'm going to just drop down around here. Might not be the best thing, but it'll work. Trying to get that down there around the bottom. Roots. dirt here. Some of this dirt here is mixed in with some ground dirt. I do want to get it up kind of high. Gradually pull it up there. I put a few rocks in the bottom of this also. That way it helps hold moisture. A few gravel. And about got it where I want it. I'll bring it up a little more because I'm going to put some moss in this thing. Get them roots covered good at the top. This is my camouflage nest here. Try to set it off center just a hair bit. Kind of gives it a little better look if you can do that. Want to make sure you don't get that dirt up too high around the top. I want to bring this thing up just a little bit more. Get that down there about where those roots start. If you put the dirt too high up here, you can lose your tree. I'm right there where the roots start at, and that way they're in a good place. Put me some moss up in here. Let that grow a little bit. So there we go. Got it off centered. Just a hair. Let's see if I can straighten this thing a little bit. I want it to grow up, not out sideways. Some people say, man, why do you do this? Well, it just helps. Helps in a lot of areas. It's kind of a therapy from this old world we live in, and there's a lot in this world. Sometimes we've got to keep our minds occupied on things, and throw that out of the way. And I think that's going to be okay right there. Give you a view of it, and we'll see what this thing does, and we'll give you some more videos on it. Got some of these limbs here that where they were probably close to the building, it didn't help none. But you got some dead limbs falling off and some new ones will be coming back. So we'll see how this thing works. That piece right there is hanging down. It ain't broke. I don't know if it got kind of snapped or something. An animal or something went by it, rabbit or I don't know. But this is what we got. And I kind of like that. And hope you do. It takes time to do things, especially if you're running a channel. Give you a better view. Can't get too close. So there it is. And that's, I don't know, that's about a thumb width down there on that part. So God bless.